All right. Well, tomorrow is a Saturday. We have two games that are happening on the Saturday. That's right. Super Saturday, as we like to call it. Special Saturday. We've got the double header. We've got Punjab and Kolkata that are playing the first game tomorrow. That's happening in Abu Dhabi, the home for Kolkata. And Punjab will just be, for love or money, give us something. For love or money, anything. Just the one win out of the 6 games they've played so far. And it's really sort of been a season that, I mean, how do you do that? How do you shake that off? Because it's looking pretty rough for them, right? I mean, Anil Kumble in previous match said that Chris Gayle was due to play, but he got food poisoning. If he gets all right, can't drop Pooran now. Right? Spoke about this last night as well. Can't drop Pooran. So what? Are you making way for Maxwell then?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one to see what they do because, the top of the order has basically been their strength throughout the tournament. So now to fiddle with that one bit of the unit that's worked pretty well. But they call in all pockets. There's 2 games that they should have won at the start. And if they'd done that, all of a sudden things look differently. But now they just want to try and get in a run. And the only way to do that is to start with one victory. And if you look at it, I would think Kolkata would be one of those sides where you think if we get this right, we can beat them on our day, because Kolkata, although they're looking good in the position that they're sitting at the log, they haven't played the best cricket. And it was almost a surprise that they got home over the line against Chennai. So it is an opportunity. But there's been, I think they've made the most changes, haven't they? Kings 11 throughout this tournament so far.
3 in the last game. They've pretty much been doing that all throughout. We'll pull the squad up, and I have a feeling that they probably, I don't know, just to guess, another 2 or 3 tomorrow as well. I think that, I don't know, I saw this squad yesterday. I had this feeling that Deepak Hooda may come in because he can bat at 7, he can give you overs, gun fielder, right? You get him in. But look at the number of people, Pommy, who have who started and have fallen by the wayside. Krishnappa Gautam, Sarfaraz Khan, Karun Nair, Chris Jordan, James Neesham, Murugan Ashwin. These are 7 people who have started and just, they don't seem like they're in the mix anymore.
Yeah, so we said at the start, right, that when you lose, that's the problem. When you lose many in a row, and my number for how many you lose before it goes haywire is 3. That's the number of games. When you lose 3 games, when you go to game 4, I think everyone's frazzled, and what is required is almost a fresh start. Whether you can get a few days rest or shift the team totally and hopefully you get a win in that next game or whatever it is. But it makes things very difficult because, and I like the word Sean uses, in that you're searching so much. For me, their era, Kings 11 Punjab, is that after game 1, if you're changing your team, you're saying you haven't picked correctly for game for that first game. You haven't done your selection well, because if your guys turn up from 6 months of inactivity and someone has a poor game and you drop them, where are they supposed to have had the form from? And where's the other guy got the form from that you've decided should now come into the side? So for me, that was number 1. And then also the fact that they should have been on the winning side 3 out of 3 in those first 3 games. Then you played well, you've done everything just about well, you haven't quite got over the line in a couple of super overs, but your teams are changing 3 men at a time, each time. That's just too much. So now what are they going to do? I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but Chris Gayle, we're talking about. Mujib came in the previous game. Did Harpreet Brar come in also in the previous game? Yep. Someone else came in. Keeper came in, right? Yeah. Prab Simran came in the previous. What is going on?
Let's look at Kolkata as well, because they're on the other side tomorrow, and they're playing in Abu Dhabi, of course. And really, I don't think you're going to see a change here, Pommy.
Yeah, I like them. So I know Sean said, they maybe haven't played well, and I agree with that they haven't necessarily played as well as they could have. But I like them as a side. I found it peculiar though, the fact that Narayan didn't open and then walked in somewhere at 4 or whatever before Morgan, before Dinesh Karthik, before
Morgan and Russell.
Before Russell. I just found it peculiar. He didn't waste any deliveries. What did he get? 17 of 8 balls or something in the end. But still, you're going, if he's not opening, then let him hit his 17 off 8 after all the other blokes have failed to have a go, then that's fine. So I don't know whether that's a sort of Baz McCullum, I've still got my arm around your shoulder, I'm not throwing you away, you're still a big part of whatever. Maybe that's what it is, and he got away with it this time. But another time, guy walks in there whilst your batting lineup's waiting, and he chews up 10 balls, 12 balls, and you lose by 15 runs. And now you're then asking yourself questions. But as a side, I think I like their balance. I've always, in trying to analyze them, I've always said maybe one batsman is shy, and I don't know where, but one batsman shy. Tripathi has done well, and I think he fills that gap. And then Morgan, Nitish Rana's good. Dre Russ is fine. Dinesh Karthik is fine.
But what is their middle order done, right? Let's have a look. We've got some graphics with the middle order. As you know, this is what I'm talking about, the lucky draw, right? To come, because there you go. It's just Morgan is like 5-5, 6-6-5. Karthik is 3-4-5, 5-7. Then 6-4, 4-6. So,
yeah, I think for me, I think Baz, first of all, would have bought Stephen Fleming a couple of years the other night, because that kept him in the tournament. He didn't think they were going to be going down there. So,
you can't, Sean, because they're bubbles.
The bubbles.
You can't just buy people beer.
Okay, I'll apologize for that. But, I mean, I watched
a bottle of sanitizer or something, brother.
Yeah, I watched that game, and the attitude of Chennai was like, we're going to get the score, and the urgency running between the wickets, there was just nothing. I was like, sure, I hope it doesn't bite them in the bum here, because there's a good chance they can, the way they're approaching this. But I think that was an important little victory for them, and it gives them a nice little boost. And now all I think Kolkata need to be competitive is you've got to get Karthik and you've got to get Dre Russ into form. If those two fire, all of a sudden things look totally different for them. Morgan, they can bat around him as well. At the top of the order, Tripathi, they find someone who can make a score. And if you've got Cummins coming in at 8 on the back of Karthik and Dre Russ in form, then it's good, because you'll just have to walk in and maybe whack 2 or 3 boundaries. But the key is those two. If they don't get them firing, then they're going to be dropping down that table very quickly.